Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're watching me from. My name is Dr. Obiorah Mbah, reaching you from Nkolo Mahadum, Wisdom University. At Nkolo Mahadum, we encourage you to use your common sense to reason. Try to reason with your common sense, your God-given sense. Do not be influenced by anything that you hear or told. Thank you for joining me. Today's date in Igbo calendar is Nkwo Market Day. You know that Igbo calendar follows the lunar calendar. Igbo calendar follows the lunar calendar. And today is Nkwo. No, why no? The 4th month of this year. In the Roman Catholic calendar, today is 9th of May, 2024. Like we always encourage you in this Mahadum, in this Nkolo Mahadum, to always mention your local calendar first before mentioning the foreign ones. It's very, very, very important. Our lecture today is kind of continuation of our previous lecture. The title of our lecture today is that the Roman Catholic Church, papal bull of 1452, also led to the imposition of foreign culture on other people. Just like we discussed in the last lecture, the papal bull issued by the Pope in 1452 during their doctrine of discovery, the doctrine of discovering, imposing themselves on others and getting their lands. That papal bull also led to imposition of foreign culture on other people, including ourselves, including Africans. Why did they decide to impose foreign culture, their culture on the people? Why? They decided to do so in order to take over your minds, your thoughts, your values, so that you no longer see things the way you should be seeing them, so that you can be seeing things the way they want you to see it. That's why they decided to impose their culture on you, on us. Some of the cultures that they imposed on us included language. Many of us in Biafra land now speaks English language. And many see English language as the best language. And the question we are asking at Nkolo Mahadum is, why can't they be speaking Igbo in England, in the United Kingdom? Why can't they be speaking Igbo? Why should an African be measuring the knowledge, the wisdom of a fellow African by how proficient he or she is speaking a foreign language that was imposed on the people? How would he be doing so? And so language is one of the foreign cultures that was imposed on Africans. And that's why you see in many African countries, they speak different foreign languages, depending on who the colonizer is. If you are colonized by the French, you will speak in France. If you are colonized by France, you're going to be speaking French. If you are colonized by Portugal, you're going to be speaking Portuguese. And so on and so forth. So they were doing all these things simultaneously. As the English were imposing on Nigerians, so are the French imposing on other places they occupy, and the Portuguese as well. So they plan from their country and come and doing the same thing at the same time to everybody. What they are doing in Nigeria is what they are doing in Mali or Togo and others. Another foreign culture that they imposed on us is religion. As you can tell and see, many of our brothers and sisters are into different forms of foreign religion, living their own ancestral religious practice. They live our own religious practice to follow the one that was imposed by the colonizers. It's everywhere. Another thing that they imposed on us is the judiciary system. Before they came, we have our own judiciary system. But now, we are providing justice based on their own judicial system. Before the arrival of the Europeans, we don't have organized courthouses the way they have it right now. We don't have special dress like the lawyers dress now in Africa. Even though today, in most of the courts, there's no air condition, it's very hot. And you see also our brothers dressing with wig and everything in a hot environment and quoting foreign laws, foreign system of laws. That's what we are practicing. Foreign culture. Instead of our own. We do have our own, and we should go back to our own. Before we continue, we at Nkolo Mahadum is advising you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and like our programs. And share it to your friends and well-wishers, and those that don't have internet connection. Call them and tell them about what you are learning at Nkolo Mahadum. We want you to know this. What have been affecting your livelihood? Why you are practicing what you are practicing today? How it started? It started from the papal bull issued in 1452 by the Catholic Church that resulted to Europeans occupying lands by force, and they have held to those properties up to today. It also led to imposition of foreign culture on the people, including languages, religion, judiciary, money and banking. Before they came, we have our own currency. We know how we measure wealth. But no, today we are following what they impose on us. That's what you need to know. Even the government practice that we are practicing today, the democracy we have, the structures, the local government councillors, the local government chairman, the House of Assembly, the state, National Assembly, the president. These are all foreign governmental structures put in place by the colonizers. You need to know this. It's not the way that Africans structured their government before the arrival of the Europeans. It's very important. Even trading, they also brought in the type of trading that we are trading today. Even when they took over most of the lands, there's what they call mercantilism. That mercantilism means that the colonized territory is only allowed to trade with the particular colonizer of that territory. For example, if we use Nigeria as an example, Nigeria, at some point, Nigeria was only allowed to be trading with Britain. That's called mercantilism. That's what Nkola Mahadum wants you to know today. Nkola Mahadum wants you to know today, that is what you have to take away from today's lecture, because we said that we're going to be keeping it brief, is that the papal bull of 1452 that led to the forceful taking over of lands and resources of people also led to the imposition of foreign culture on conquered people. It led to the imposition of foreign culture on conquered people, which included language, religion, education, judiciary, trading, and others. Even in our own lifetime, it has continued that you must do things their own way. You must do what they tell you to do. Because this has placed Africa or other conquered people under master-servant relationship. Because somebody telling you how to do something is your master. And then you following is the servant. We need to go back to our own. Go back to our original language. Let our languages be our number one language. Don't be using foreign language as number one, as most Africans do. As a Biafran, as an African, use your local language, your ethnic language as number one. The foreign language should be secondary. Also in religion, go back to your local religion, to the religion of your ancestors, so that the colonial religion will be secondary, will be second. In education, let's go back to the education our ancestors passed to us, which is, in our own case, insipid. In Biafra land, it's called insipid. That's what the Europeans, our ancestors, bestowed onto us, passed on to us. We should go back to that. And in the judiciary, let us forget this colonial judiciary we are practicing now. It's not helping anybody. Let us go back to Nsana. Nsana is one of our judiciary. The judiciary of our ancestors is in Nsana. The one they call Alose is Alose Kwose. Alose Kwose. These are things that our ancestors used to make sure that there's law and order in our communities. Because this one that we are quoting foreign foreign this, foreign that in our judiciary system is a mockery. We should go back to our own. Money and banking, before the Europeans came, we know how we measure wealth. We were using cowrie shares as money, and we know how we measure wealth in our own way. We should stop too much following these imposed cultures. Stop it now. Go back to your culture. Your culture is your identity. Your culture is your identity. Go back to it. Before we continue, we must ask you again to please subscribe to Obiorah Mbah in YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and like our programs, so that when you subscribe, anytime we have a new lecture, you will be the first to get it. It's very important, because we are teaching you, we are lecturing you from Biafran and African perspective. And that's what you should be doing. You shouldn't be overcopying foreign this, foreign that. Go back to your own. Go back to your roots. Your roots, your culture is whom you are. Your own will give you more respect in the world than the foreign ones. Market your own. Innovate on it. Make it better. That's the aspect. That is the position of Obiorah Mbah. To let you know that promoting your own, getting your own and promoting it is what you need, so that other cultures will respect you, so that other cultures will admire you. This too much copying, foreign this, foreign that, foreign that. Even the one that is imposed on you, should start now to let it go. Formulate your own. You have an opportunity. And with this, Obiorah Mbah will be bringing this lecture to an end. This lecture is to let you know that the papal bull of 1452 that started forceful takeover of lands, colonization, slavery, and others, also led to imposition of foreign culture on other people, including ourselves. And you should start now to say no to those cultures. They're not helping us. You don't judge your brother by how much foreign culture he's practicing. You judge your brother and sisters by how much local, your own ethnic culture he or she is practicing. That's what you judge him with. Do everything you are doing with your culture so that others will respect you. Like I said, I think Obiorah Mbah, we're going to be making it short. We will be bringing this lecture to an end. But before we do so, we have to encourage you again to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Like our program. Share it. Share it. Finally, every one of us, every one of you should try to support ESN, Eastern Security Network. Eastern Security Network is the only security force that is driving away the Fulani herdsmen from our forests and bushes so that our people can farm and have food on their table. Support them. Do not sabotage them. Support them so that you and me will be better. And with this, we shall be bringing this lecture to an end today. My name is Obiorah Mbah, Igbo Bu Eze. Thank you for listening and have a good one.